that's only through 2021. I left the 2036 and the 2045 authority off that because I really don't think that, there's nothing we can do with planning for that at the moment. So our expenditures and estimated expenditures for those current projects that we have underway are $347 million. Now, we've been talking to the board about expenditures and estimated expenditures, and this number has been updated to include Valley View, the temp campus only, not the replacement campus of Valley View. And it also includes a Dover Field improvements, but does not include the Pinole Valley estimate reconciliation that we're working on right now.
What's the estimate reconciliation?
The original estimate was approximately 101, 104. So the estimates that are coming in range between 110 and 120.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we're in the process of reconciliating those numbers, looking at cost-saving measures, and really carefully scrutinizing that.
When does it go out to bid?
We anticipate probably late spring, early summer. Is that accurate? Okay.
What inflates that 104 number? What cost?
That's what we're working on right
That's
now.
what you hope.
Yeah, we are looking at what's happening there.
Part of it is on your wages go up, Jake.
Well, the other thing is it's been a year since that first estimate
Yeah.
came in, and, there's at least a 3 to 4% construction escalation rate, I would assume, in there.
The labor costs are going up substantially.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a big raise
Mhm.
this year.
But we're really working hard to review the plans for constructability, review the plans to compare it with estimates, and so we're taking some time on that.
Are you reviewing scope?
We're looking at scope, yes.
So many numbers flying around, but just referencing the KPI again, the current Pinole Valley High School budget, it says is 184.
Yes,
And that would be the all-in
that's
number.
hillside
All these-
stabilization.
Well, it's all the other SGIs and design and everything else, right? So when you talk 104 or 120,
It's for the buildings.
you're talking about what? Because I also noticed on the KPI, it really is some handy information here. 11 of the 23 Pinole Valley High School projects are already in closeout. And maybe there's some small ones there, the parking, this and that, and all that. So we're only looking at 3 projects, 3 sub-projects of the 23 that are in that pre-construction stage, right? Design, bid, and so forth. And those are gonna be biggies, and that must be what you're talking about, of those 3 projects.
The buildings are the big part of the project, so we
Yeah.
already have the detention basin, the hillside stabilization, and the demolition awarded.
Yeah. And that's,
And the interim campus, of course.
so of those 3 that are listed under A type there, which includes planning, design, bid, and award, those 3 of those, one of those, they've already been awarded? Or-
One would be the construction of the campus, the other one would be the actual tear down of the interim campus, and then move back into the new campus. So
Okay.
that would be 2 right there.
2 of the 3 are
Right.
doing that. 'Cause we're, according to this sheet, we've got 2 in the active, in construction part. And again, that's where we could go back to the project status report. And right now, there's 3 appearing on 3 Pinole Valleys, no, 4 actually.
The one that just got added is the demolition, and that's one of the newer ones that's
Okay.
come along.
But I'm just saying, that's, to me, a handy part of this
Mm-hmm.
SKPI is for us to, and when we talk numbers, again, keeping in mind that 11 of the Pinole Valleys are already in closeout. So the ones, these 2 or 3 remaining are the biggies, the actual buildings and so forth. And that's what you must be talking about when you're saying, is it 104, is it 120 or something? Am I- is
Yes,
that correct?
and I'm talking about the construction of the campus and the buildings itself, not these other sub-projects.
But the latest all-in is 184 for
Yes.
Pinole Valley.
Correct,
The latest all-in.
correct.
But the contractors don't wanna work on an incentive basis, bring it under, and have a bonus tied to it?
Well, we haven't even looked at project delivery yet with the contractor, and so
Right.
we're really working on the plans right now.
Okay,
That's our focus.
okay, but I would strongly consider deliberative, because, you know, in terms of incentivizing them, and banging the carrot, you know, at the end.
So our estimated bond funds available, based upon all of those assumptions that we talked about, available from 2019 to 21 for upcoming projects to be planned is $244 million. So I'll say that again, basically we have $244 million to plan for future projects or upcoming projects. So everything that's under construction right now takes up that $347 million. Which means that we do have some time to do some good planning work, you know, on these upcoming projects.
But how many upcoming projects are you thinking of?
Well, let's keep going through it, okay? So this goes back to just our major projects underway. It doesn't include everything on our other reports that we have. We tried to pull the bigger ones in here just so we wouldn't have, so we could put it all on a slide. But as you can see that this year, 2014-15, we have quite a few projects going on, and some of them are going to be finishing up very quickly. And the next year, 2, 3 years, basically our projects that we currently have under construction will be finishing up. And Pinole Valley will be the largest project that is out there. Any questions on this slide? So this, we've been working with the board and also the facility subcommittee with regard to all of those factors that do affect cash flow. And this is just a snapshot for you also. One of those things is the availability of state funding. We've done really well in this district with leveraging the bond funds with state dollars. I think it's like $200 million in state funds that we've received approximately. And one of the things that they're talking about is putting on the ballot potentially for next year, not the state, not the governor, but CASH, which is an organization for adequate facilities, is sponsoring, trying to get a $9 billion bond on the ballot. So there may be opportunity for additional state dollars in the future. So everything that we're doing and everything that we want to do in the future, we want to make sure that we poise ourselves in a position that we're complying with all the state regulations in order to go after those state dollars that may come up. So we also have the factors that affect all of our issuances and the timing of our issuances, which is the assessed valuation and the tax rates. Then, of course, escalation rates for construction cost increases, market conditions, when we put a project out to bid can really change where the project numbers come in. Unforeseen condition, how we schedule our projects and their cash needs, and then also maintaining defined budgets.
Is it cost of material minus labor or plus labor?
For all of the escalation rates?
Yes.
I would say it's all of it. So also we do want to have cost efficiencies and look at those areas that we can to get those cost efficiencies, and that's really where we need your help. Without compromising the program or the quality of what we're doing. You know, the project scale also affects cash flow, whether it's a modernization or a new construction. And then, of course, the timing of passing a new general obligation bond here in the district.
But if you go back to your list, and the waterfall on the typology, yes, that list there. Can that list be brought in physically in this year in terms of total completion, and what would be your cost savings?
Could we complete all those projects this year? No, we
This
could not.
fiscal year.
No, we could not, because
And
we
the
have to.
reasons are,
Because we have to rely on the next the issuance right now of $135 million,
Okay.
plus our next issuance of $125 million. We need to be able to finish up these projects, which mainly that second issuance And 2 years from now would be for Pinole Valley High School, the cash flow to keep maintaining that.
What can your current issuance do on that list? What you currently have down before you go to the second and the final?
I don't have exactly where that cutoff is, but I can provide that.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
Yes.